What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Chris back again. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, we are going to be talking about a movie from 2023 directed by Michael Jai White called The Outlaw, Johnny Black. Guys, this is a comedy. If you've ever seen Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White, it's similar to that, only in a Western setting. I really enjoyed this movie. It was, I've been wanting to see it for a while. Some friends of mine had recommended it to me, and then I was just looking through some stuff the other day, and I saw it. It was available to rent. It was fairly cheap to rent too, so I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. And man, I was not disappointed. I mean, this movie is filled with satire and racial comedy, and it's hilarious. I mean, it really is. I mean, you know, when I say racial comedy, I don't mean like it's racist comedy, like they're, but it is very much plays off of racial stereotypes, and it's not just exclusive. You know what I mean? Like it's racial stereotypes for every race in this film. Any race that's in it, there's a stereotype. And it's just good. It reminds me a little bit of Blazing Saddles, but a little more violent than Blazing Saddles as far as gunfights and kung fu and all that stuff. I guess it's kind of a passion project for Michael Jai White, because he gives all his MMA buddies who can't act parts in the film too. We got Randy Couture as a lawman. We got Donald Cerrone in it, cowboy. I mean, we got all these guys that really aren't very good actors, but they play heavies. People for MJW to beat up. But this was fun. The comedy really lands for me anyway. I was rolling in some of these scenes. So Johnny Black he's an outlaw. He comes to this town. Everybody's wanting to get him. He actually takes so he meets this priest along the way to this town, and he takes the priest's name, and all that. And he shows up in the town pretending to be the priest, even though he's an outlaw. And he winds up like one of the church ladies is like kind of smitten with him, and she's trying to seduce him. And it's just, some of the comedy is absolutely ridiculous, but it works. And it's like A Million Ways to Die in the West. Only that was a little more raunchy than this. I was just, again, the acting is good. Michael Jai White, he can do a great balance between serious and then funny. Like on the drop, on a dime. He will start talking and he'll be serious. He's fixing to kick somebody's rear end, and then the next thing you know, he's cutting a joke, and it's funny as hell. I'm laughing, I'm giggling, but there's sometimes where I'm watching and I'm like, this is so absurd and ridiculous, and that's funny too. Like, I didn't go into the film thinking that I was going to be watching a genuine Western. I also didn't go into the film thinking I was going to be watching a genuine comedy. But the amalgamation of both of them together, they nailed it. It landed for me a lot. We also have Barry Bostwick in it, who's like the main antagonist, and he's always been funny. He's always been a funny guy. And him and Michael Jai White back and forth together, it's hilarious. And some of the things he says to his cronies, and some of the dialogue is so well written. Like, it's so well written and timely. Like, they're not using a bunch of modern slang. They don't, in fact, they talk like, I'm guessing they probably talked back then, in the 1800s and stuff. And so it was really, like, the dialogue was timely. It fit in the time frame, but it was absolutely hilarious, some of the ways they would say things, like, jumping Jehoshaphat, I don't know how many of y'all ever heard that. Yosemite Sam used to say it in the Bugs Bunny cartoon, jumping Jehoshaphat. Well, imagine something like that, but flipped around to be made into comedy with maybe a little bit of foul language, or, some old-timey saying that they are able to ad-lib or write funny. You know what I mean? Like, so I love the fact that it was written by Michael Jai White and one of his buddies, and they did great. Great writing, great directing by Michael Jai White. I mean, we had some pretty decent little, some wide-angle shots, some plains and prairies. We had some good action shots. Michael Jai White always does great fight choreography. You would think in a Western there'd be more gunfights than roundhouse kicks, but you know what? We'll just call him Black Walker, Texas Ranger. You know what I mean? I mean, he was, hi-ya! Everybody. So, guys, this movie was so much fun. I recommend you watching it if you get a chance. If you get a chance to check this out at some point in the near future, definitely do it. And in case you guys don't know who Michael Jai White is, or Michael Jai White, I think that's how it's actually pronounced. He's Spawn. You know what I mean? He is Spawn. He's also in The Dark Knight. Yeah, he's Gamble in The Dark Knight. So, just saying, if you don't know who he is, that's who he is. Check out this movie. It is worth your time. The Outlaw Johnny Black gets 3.5 out of 5 stars. I rented it. I'm sure you could probably find it streaming somewhere. I haven't seen it on any streaming sites yet, but it's well worth your money to rent if you want to check it out. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So start some conversations in the comment section. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think about it. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. God bless y'all. Peace out, and I will see you soon.